Hello everybody, welcome to game number 9 in the Washington Nationals season replay. This is the first of 3 in Philadelphia against the Philadelphia Phillies. Washington comes to the game 5-3 in first place by a half game over the Mets in the NL East. Philadelphia's 1 game back at 4-4. Look at the complete standings and we see that Washington's 5-3, the Mets are 5-4, Phillies 4-4, Miami's 4-6, and Atlanta surprisingly 3-6, but very limited sample size of games, and these are what the computer is simulating other than national games. We look at the date of today's game is April the 8th, 2019. Started at 7:06, so it's a night game. Temperature in early April, 78 degrees and cloudy, so I deem that to be good weather. Hence, we're using the good weather factors for the ballpark. 1-5 for a single for both lefties and righties, and 1-19 for home runs. So, pretty good chance if you get a ballpark home run card and you got normal power, you're going to get the home run. Let's look at the starting pitchers for tonight's game. For the Phillies, it'll be Vince Velasquez, and this will be his first start of the season, as he has not started yet for the Phillies, or hasn't even pitched in relief at all, period. This is his first appearance of the season. And he does not have a regular batting card, so he will be using batting card number 7. One of these Strat generic pitcher batting cards. Opposing him will be Sanchez. This will be his second start of the season. He is currently 0-1 with a 1.29 ERA. Pitched well, but had the misfortune of going against Jacob deGrom, so therefore he took the loss. Let's look at the starting lineups for both teams. For the Nationals, leading things off will be right fielder Adam Eaton. Batting second will be second baseman Brian Dozier. Batting third is the third baseman Anthony Rendon. Batting cleanup in left field is Juan Soto. Hitting fifth at first base is Ryan Zimmerman. Batting sixth and catching is Kurt Suzuki. Batting seventh and playing short is Wilmer Defoe. Batting eighth and pitching, Anibal Sanchez. And batting ninth, center fielder Victor Robles. Again, Dave Martinez liking the Joe Madden-like pitcher batting eighth thing. We go to the Phillies lineup. Andrew McCutchen will lead off in left field. Gene Segura is a shortstop batting second. Bryce Harper is in right field. He will hit third. Batting cleanup is the first baseman Rhys Hoskins. Batting fifth is catcher JT Realmuto. Hitting sixth, playing center field, Odubel Herrera. Batting seventh, one of his first starts, Scott Kingery, at least first start at second base, as Cesar Hernandez gets the day off, or the night off. Michael Franco is at third base, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, using pitcher hitting card number 7, is going to be Vince Velasquez. All right, I'll take a final check of the, looking through the camera and making sure everything is where I would like it. And I think everything is okay. I'll do a second little focus here on Velasquez's card. So I think that's going to be okay. We'll get our scorebook out, ready to go. So I think we're good to go there. And Adam Eaton will be stepping in against Velasquez. What I also did is over here to the right of the lineups, I've got their home runs, RBIs, and batting average up through the 9 games, the 8 games for the Nationals and the 8 games for the Phillies. So some of the numbers may be a little skewed because such a small sample size, but thought I'd throw it out there anyway just to have it. All right, I think that is going to allow us to get going here. The only thing I'm missing, and I think I'm sitting on it, where I was, what did I do with it? I had the piece of paper that had all the defensive ratings on it right in front of me, and now I can't find it. That's rather weird. I think you have everything all set, and there's one thing you want to add into it, and now you can't find it. Well, it's got to be here somewhere, because it was just here in front of me, so that is so strange. Very, very strange. It's like it just up and disappeared. Oh, I was sitting on it. Okay, never mind. I was sitting on it. This is what I was talking about, the defensive grid. So I want to have that here. And what I also did is I wrote down the potential error numbers for the different fielders, so it'll be a little quicker when referencing the defensive chart. So hopefully now, after all that stuff, I'm ready to go. All right, first game of a 3-game series, Velasquez against Anibal Sanchez. Game 2, it'll be Strasburg against Nola. And I believe game 3 is Hellickson against Eflin. So this is first of 3, and then the Nationals will get to come home and start a homestand beginning with the Pirates. But right now, we're in Philly, Citizens Bank Park, and it's going to be a hitter's delight. Let's see how it plays out. Here's Vince Velasquez to Eaton. 4-7, and that's going to be a fly to left. So McCutchen hauls that in, 1 away. Brings up Brian Dozier. 1-11, and that's a hit by pitch. So Dozier gets plunked. Make sure there's no animosity going on there. I think they just got away from him a little bit. Dozier will be held. Here is Rendon. He's not going to try to go anywhere, but he will be held. Nothing on the 20. Although they could look, well, Vince Velasquez is only a +1, but Realmuto is a -4. So that's going to definitely cut down on some of the potential stolen base chances. So that may be why the Nationals don't run a whole lot. You know, the white die just slipped right out of my hand. How did that happen? Boy, you wouldn't think these things are slippery, but apparently they are. That one just slipped right out of my hand. I'm going to keep the 2 red dice and just roll the white die. Get that in there. 4-3. Probably should have re-rolled the whole thing, but oh well. 4-3 is going to be a fly ball right field X. That is Bryce Harper. And Harper checks in as a 2E6. So the numbers to avoid for Harper to prevent an error are 3, 14, 17, and 18. And to get to it as a 2, he will need at least a 4. And it's a 3, so it's going to drop in for a single 2 stars. Boy, you worry about the error checks, and it ends up being a single 2 stars. So we'll make sure there's no error on the play because we don't want to have a run scored on that, do we? Let's see, that's a 7. We do if you're the Nationals, but that's going to drop in a single 2 stars for Rendon as Harper was unable to get to that. And now runners are on the corners. With only 1 out, Rendon will not be held. And that brings up the tough Juan Soto. Nothing going on there. 2-9 for Soto. That's a potential home run. Could be a 3-run bomb. 1-2 is a 3-run bomb. 3-20 is still a double that might clear the bases. That's a 2. It's gone. It is gone. There are no robbing home runs when the secondary result is another base hit, only when there's a fly out. So that home run's going to stand. Juan Soto, his first home run of the year. Another Earl Weaver special 3-run homer. That seems to be the Nationals' modus operandi in this season, is these 3-run homers. I can't remember I can't tell you how many times I've seen 3-run homers in this replay already. And in this one, it becomes a 3-0 ball game. 3 RBIs, so home run number 1 for Soto, and RBIs 4, 5, and 6. Nationals lead at 3-0. I'll bring up Zimmerman. He is struggling on the young season and only hitting 167 with no homers and 1 run driven in. It's a 5-7. That's a walk. And how many times, especially Tabletop Earl used to tell me, the most common result after a home run is a walk. And there it is right there. Rearing its ugly head again. All right, here's Suzuki. He's hit an incredible 462, but again, this is unlimited at bats. 1 home run and 4 runs driven in. Velasquez got to settle in here. 2-8. That's a line out to third. Hit hard, but right at Franco for out number 2. So Velasquez caught a break there. And now that I bring up Wilmer Defoe. Defoe hitting 211, no homers or runs driven in. Nothing on the 20. Defoe 1-4, and he's going to walk. So that's going to keep the inning going. And now Sanchez will actually bat before he hits. Or I'm sorry, bat before he pitches, which is very unusual because he's batting 8th, of course. So we'll roll in the D20, make sure that's a 2. Chance for a balk or a pass ball. Now Velasquez has no balk rating, but Realmuto has a pass ball rating of 3. So we'll see what we're checking. We are checking pass ball, so it's got to be a 1, 2, or 3, or we just continue. 16, no pass ball. We keep going. 4-4, ground ball third base X. That's Maikel Franco. And Franco checks in 4E13. So to get to this, he needs a 7 or greater on the D20. 7 or higher. And he didn't get it. It's a 4. That's going to be a base hit. Goodness gracious. A base hit. And that's 2 stars. 2 stars when he's a 4 rated. That 4 result is an SI2. And that will score Zimmerman for sure. We've got to check for an error. But we know that's an RBI single for Sanchez off the pitcher card. And now we'll check for an error. He's got to avoid 11, 16, and 18. And that's a 10, so he did avoid it barely. And Defoe will end up going to third base on that hit. So it is now 4-0. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning, Victor Robles. Robles comes into the season struggling, 148 with 1 homer and 3 runs driven in. Sanchez obviously not being held on. That's a 3-8, and that's a pop out to second base. So they finally get out of the inning as Kingery puts it away. But 4 runs, all earned, on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were 2 walks and a hit by pitch that accounted for a lot of those base runners. But after half an inning of play, it is Washington 4 and Philadelphia just coming to bat. So talk about a gift. Anibal Sanchez has been given a 4-run lead to work with before he even takes the mound. But he will take it, especially after the team got shut out in his last start. So he is definitely appreciative of the run support. Now, McCutcheon's going to lead things off. He's tearing it up early on. 4 home runs and 7 runs driven in, hitting .294. So the power is there early for McCutcheon. 5-11, and it's got a ballpark home run, so the power is going to continue apparently. Anything other than a 20, and it will be gone. But a 19, you can rob it. That's a 19, so it looks like a home run, but it could potentially be robbed because the result under this isn't out. So that means a potential to rob the home run. We need to go over to the rule book so I can make sure I'm doing this correctly. Robbing the home run. This was the last number in the safe range or the hit range. So the batter is right-handed, and the last number in the home run range means we're checking the left fielder Soto. Soto's a 2. So a 1 to 7 is a home run, but 8 to 20, he's gonna rob this on an 8 to 20. So Soto might be able to grab this thing and bring it back in. He does. So how about that? Soto just robbed McCutcheon of a home run. And Sanchez is eternally grateful for that. So there's one away, and boy, I hope that's not the kind of night the Phillies are going to have. Here's Segura, 4-10 against Sanchez, and that's a fly ball to left again. This one's a much easier play for Soto. 2 up and 2 down for Bryce Harper. Forgot Segura's hitting 333, a homer and 3 RBIs. Harper's hitting 344, but no homers yet. Just 4 runs driven in, but no long balls yet. 4-5, he's going to fly to right field, and Eaton grabs it. So it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning. Thought it was a home run, but Soto had other ideas. We go to the second. It's still 4-0, favor the Nationals. And the fans are still talking about that robbing of the home run, and Soto getting many high fives in the dugout, particularly from Mr. Sanchez. All right, so here's Velasquez. He's got to be careful. He can reach his fatigue level real early in this game. He's already given up 4 runs. Once he gives up 6, that's going to be it. So he's got to really bear down here. Here's Eaton. 1-9 for Eaton, and that's another hit by pitch. Second hit by pitch of the game, and now the umpires have come out and issued a warning. So no more of that shenanigans. They don't want this to get heated. Now Eaton could try to get the jump. He needs a 6, and he might just do it to try to get back at Velasquez. So he needs a 6 to get the jump. He does not get the jump, but he will be held. And here's Dozier. He was hit by the pitch his first time. 3-4. Ground ball third base A. That's a double play. Taylor-made. 5-4-3 around the horn. And 2 quick outs. Franco to Kingery to Hoskins. That helped Velasquez immensely. Here's Rendon. He singled and scored his first time up. 1-10. He's going to ground to short. Segura's got it. Innings over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 4-0 favor the Nationals. And now what to make sure that Anibal Sanchez does not retaliate and start hitting some of the Philly batters, because he may be ejected if that's the case. Here's Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins struggling early on, only hitting .222, a homer and 6 runs driven in. 5-9, and that's a chance for a home run right here, 1-8. And there won't be any robbing if he gets it, 1-8. It's a 6, it's gone. Rhys Hoskins says, rob this. And it's out of here. Ballpark didn't even have anything to do with that one. That was just a straight out home run for Rhys Hoskins. Cuts the lead to 4-1. Here's Realmuto. He's hitting .286, 2 homers and 4 runs driven in. That's home run number 2, of course, for Hoskins. 4-8. And 4-8 is a walk. And again, Tabletop Earl spot on. Walk right after the home run. Realmuto will be held. He will not try to steal, but he did steal 9 bases on the year, so he will be held. Herrera, the batter. 5-8 against the lefty. That's a double. Boy, they're hitting Sanchez hard here in the 2nd inning. That's a double. Realmuto will hold with nobody out and down by 3 runs. They're not going to risk anything. He will hold at 3rd base. So runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And Kingery, the batter, and he's in limited duty. He's hitting .667, 2 homers and 3 runs driven in. The infield will play back. They need an out. Kingery, 3-7. He's going to hit a fly ball center field B, question mark. The problem with it going to center field is Robles has got a -4 arm. So I don't think they want to risk it with Realmuto, the catcher. They're going to hold him at 3rd base since it's only 1 out. And that'll bring up Franco. They could walk Franco and pitch to Velasquez, but then you'd be loading the bases. Tough choice. I think they will. I think they're going to intentionally walk Franco. So we're going to intentionally walk Franco. I think it's pronounced Franco. And we're going to have, with pitcher hitting card number 7, Vince Velasquez up. Bases are loaded with 1 out. Infield's actually a double play depth. Nothing on the 20. 3-11, and that's a walk. So he ends up walking the pitcher, Velasquez. How do you like that? So the intentional walk leads to the regular walk. That's 3 walks in the inning for Sanchez. And he has just walked the pitcher to walk in a run. Boy, talk about a cardinal sin. It's one thing to walk the pitcher. It's another thing to walk him to force a run in. And now he's still in deep doo-doo because the bases are loaded with only 1 out. And Andrew McCutchen, the batter. McCutchen, not much for grounding into double plays, so they're going to play the well, let's see. Do they want to play the infield? No, they're going to play the infield back. They don't want to get a cheap hit. Let's see, he's got a plus sign there in his 3-5 result. So, and a 1-11 result also has a plus sign. So they're going to play double play depth. Nothing on the 20. Sanchez could use a strikeout. 4-7, and he gets it right on cue. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet. But the strikeout was huge. That allows him to play the infield normal now with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 2 runs are in, but the bases are still full. Here's Segura trying to catch in. 1-8, and a 1-8 is a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. So all that with the bases loaded, and Realmuto was the only one that came in to score. And that was on the walk to Velasquez. So for the Phillies, that's 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, no errors, and they left them loaded. So we go to the 3rd. It is Washington 4, Philadelphia 2, but Phillies might regret leaving those bases loaded. That could come back to bite them later on. 4-2 game. Go to the 3rd. Velasquez has not exactly been fooling them, although he did have a good last inning. He's got to try to repeat that. Here's Soto, and Soto clanked a home run off of him the first time. 1-7. This time he's going to walk. They didn't want any part of Soto. So they walk Soto. Soto will hold. He will not try to go anywhere. He will be held, but he won't try to go anywhere. Here's Zimmerman. A lot of walks in this game already by both sides. 6-7. That's a ground ball second base X. Since the runner is being held, second baseman Kingery is the responsible holder of that runner. So he will drop. He will drop to a 4 E15 from a 3 E15. So on a 4, he's got to get an 11 or greater to get to this ball. It's a 3. It's going to get through single 2 stars. Now he's got to avoid the error. He is an E. E15, which means he's got to avoid 14, 17, and 18, as well as a 3, which he does. But it's a single 2 stars for Zimmerman. That will move Soto to third. Runners are at the corners, and Velasquez may not be too much longer for this game. The bullpen is already loosening. They already have right-hander Edubre Ramos loosening in the bullpen. Kurt Suzuki, the batter. Zimmerman not being held. Infield at double play depth. They want to get, they'll trade the run to get 2 outs. Try to avoid a big inning. 5-10. 5-10 is a catcher X. Catcher X, that's Realmuto. He is a 1 and an E1, so that certainly will help him a bit. 1 and a 16. 1 and a 16 is a foul out, so that would hold all the runners. He's an E1, which means the only way he can make an error is to roll a 17. And he did not do that, so it's a foul out, and that will keep everybody right where they are. So big pitch there by Velasquez. Brings up Defoe. And, of course, Sanchez is up next. If you get Defoe, you got a pretty good chance of getting out of the inning. Nothing on the 20. Infield still double play depth. 6-6. Defoe's a switch hitter batting left. 6-6 is a strikeout. So Velasquez comes back with a strikeout, and now all he has to do is get Anibal Sanchez. Of course, Sanchez got a single off the pitcher card last time, so no guarantees with this. It's a 2, which means a chance of a balk or a pass ball. That's a balk check. He has no balk, so we skip that. 1-8, and that's a strikeout. So Velasquez comes back after giving up a walk and a single to start the inning. It's the Nationals that leave 2 on base. Runner at third, nobody out, and you can't score him. That can come back to bite you for sure. We go to the bottom of the third, still 4-2 Phils. I'm sorry, 4-2 Nationals in front of the Phils. Sanchez and Velasquez both have endurance ratings of 5, so good chance they may not even make it to 5 the way this game is going. Here's Bryce Harper. 3-4 for Harper, struck him out. That was a big strikeout there to get Harper. 1 down for Rhys Hoskins. 3-7, that's another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts. As soon as I talk bad about Sanchez, he comes back and strikes out Harper and Hoskins. Granted, at least one of those was off the batter card. Here's Realmuto. 1-3. That's a ballpark single check. It's only a 1-5. And that'll be a line out to the shortstop Defoe to end the inning. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sanchez. That'll keep him around a little bit longer. We go to the fourth, still 4-2, favor the Nationals. Velasquez back out, and we'll be starting off facing number 9 hitter, Victor Robles. 5-9, struck him out. So another strikeout. He's not tired yet because we haven't reached the 5th inning. And he hasn't given up 6 runs, so he's still not tired. Here's Eaton. 5-9, that's another strikeout. Good thing he's not tired because both those strikeouts were dot checks. And he was able to negotiate those. Here's Dozier. 5-4. That's a ballpark single check on a 5-4. Boy, in-home run checks are right on both sides of that. But a 1-5. That's an 8, so he's going to line it to short. And that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning turned in by Velasquez. So both starters looking to hang around a bit after rough early goings. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still 4-2 Nationals. And coming up for the Phils, it'll be Odubel Herrera, followed by Kingery and Franco. Odubel Herrera doubled his first time. 2-10, and he's going to at least do that again. 1-6 is actually going to be a home run. 7-20 will be another double. And that's another double, so he's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Odubel Herrera came in struggling at 148, but he's going to do a lot better after this game. And that brings up Kingery. Herrera not being held on second. Kingery flew to center his first time. 3-8. He's going to strike out this time. 1 down, and that brings up Maikel Franco. Nothing on the 20. Franco. 4-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. That's Robles. Robles is a 1 E7. So we know he's going to get to it. 1 and a 13 is no problem whatsoever. I'm pretty sure the run on second is not going to be able to move up. When a 1 and 13 is an F2, and an F2 means the runner can tag up from third. Runner on second may tag up and try to advance. It's possible they can do that if they want to try it. Let's see. And we need to check an error on Robles. And the only way you can make an error is a 3, 4, 15, 17, or 18. And 11's not going to do it. So he will make the catch. They will freeze Herrera there. They don't want to end the inning right there. But we will get a pinch hitter for Velasquez. Velasquez is going to max out at 4 innings because it's his turn to come to bat. And so they're going to bring in Nick Williams to pinch hit. And then we'll have a Dewberry Ramos. Actually, it's going to be Juan Nicasio because he's a multiple inning pitcher. So Juan Nicasio is actually going to be the new pitcher for the Phillies. It'll be Nicasio. But right now, Nick Williams is going to pinch hit. The runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Pinching here in the 4th inning. Didn't think he'd be called this quickly, but there he is. Again, Herrera not going to be held. Nothing there. Williams, 6-10. Fly to right. Eaton's got it. The inning's over. So the leadoff double goes for naught. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 5th. Still Washington 4 and Phillies 2. And we'll close the book on Velasquez. He goes 4 innings. Gives up 4 hits and 4 runs, all of which were earned. He did walk quite a few. He walked 1, 2, 3. Well, he only walked 3, but he did hit 2. That was the other thing, hitting 2 batters. He struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Struck out 4. All right, so the new pitcher is going to be Juan Nicasio. Juan Nicasio. He will be on, and he'll be facing Rendon, Soto, and Zimmerman, the heart of the order for the Nationals. So Juan Nicasio, and on the 2019 season, Nicasio was 2-3 with a 4.75 ERA and 1 save. He does have relief fatigue of 2. So, and I did not write down the relievers stats because they really just haven't pitched enough to even be worthwhile showing at this part of the season. I will later on when the season develops. Every time a reliever comes in, I'll have the up-to-date stats for them. But here early on, just not worth it. Not enough to go on. All right, so Rendon's going to lead off here against Nicasio. Got a 5-10, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop X. That's Segura. Segura is a 3, which means as a 3 shortstop, he has to get a 5 or greater to make the play. And he does. And to avoid the error, he's got to avoid 4, 6, 15, 17, and 18. And he did. So good play for Segura. 1 away. That brings up Juan Soto. Homer and a walk. 2-9. Chance for another home run. This is the same roll he got the home run on before. A 1-2 split with a 320. He rolled a 2 last time. Can he do it again? He does. It's a 1. He rolled a 2 the last time, 1 this time. Boy, Soto's living right. That's his 2nd home run of the game. 2nd home run of the season. As he came in the game with no home runs. Now he's got 2. And first one was a 3-run shot. This is a solo shot. That gives him 7 RBIs now to go with 2 home runs. And the Nationals now lead it 5-2. So Juan Soto announcing his presence with authority like Nuke LaLoosh in Bull Durham. And Ryan Zimmerman, although that's with the plate, not on the mound. 6-10 for Zimmerman. Fly ball to center. Herrera's got it. 2 down. And that'll send up Suzuki. He's 0 for 2. 4-8. And he will single. So he's 0 for 2 no longer. 2-out single for Suzuki. He will not be held. And I'll bring up Wilmer Defoe. He's walked and struck out. Has yet to put bat on ball. 2-3. He does it this time, but it's a weak grounder to third. Franco's got it. He will throw over to Hoskins to end the inning. Nationals get a run on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Washington 5 and Philadelphia 2. And this is the point of weakness inning for Sanchez. And in fact, Sanchez is set to lead off next inning. So almost certainly this will be Sanchez's last inning. Almost certainly. McCutchen will lead things off. Top of the order. He's 0 for 2. 6-5, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Defoe. He's a 4. And to make the play, he's got to have a 7 or greater. And it's not. It's a 5, so it's base hit. Base hit. And we're checking the air. He's an E5, which means he needs to avoid 3, 17, and 18. And he does, but it's going to be a base hit from McCutchen. Leadoff single. And McCutchen will be held. He will not go anywhere, but he will be held. And here's Segura. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. And Sanchez does have a 7 balk rating. But we're checking pass ball rating of Suzuki. And Suzuki's pass ball rating is a 3. No pass ball, so we drive on. Segura, 3-4. That's ground ball shortstop A. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered right there. 6-4-3 double play. Can't ask for anything more than that. Here's Harper. He's 0 for 2. 6-6. And that's a line out right to Zimmerman to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to that double play. So now you wonder, do we really want to get... We could bring Sanchez back, I guess. They may think about doing that because the bullpen's so shaky. Although they do have Joe Ross. He's just been added to the team, so they could bring in Joe Ross for long relief if they want to do that. Let's see how they want to handle this. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to cap Sanchez at 5 innings. And he's going to give up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He's going to walk 3. One of those was intentional. One of them was the pitcher with the bases loaded. All 3 of those walks came in the second inning. Strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strikeouts. So Joe Ross will be the new pitcher in the bottom half of the inning. But we need to go to the top half of the inning and get a pinch hitter. Nicasio is going to stay in there because he is a 2-inning pitcher, so he's going to stay in there. Nationals go to their bench for a pinch hitter, and they're going to go to Matt Adams, Big City. So Matt Adams will pinch hit. He's the only lefty on the bench, so they will bring him in to pinch hit for Sanchez here in the 6th. So Matt Adams facing Nicasio. 4-8 lefty. That's a single, so pinch hit single for Matt Adams. He, of course, will not be held. But they're not going to pinch run for him. They don't use up all their bench that way. They're just going to leave him on there. Leave him at first base and see how he does. But he will not be pinch hit for or anything, or pinch run for or anything. So back to the top of the order we go. Or not the top of the order, number 9 hitter. I keep getting confused on that. Keep forgetting they bat the pitcher in the 8th position. So now Victor Robles is up, and he's actually an A bunter, so they're gonna have Robles bunt. And it's an 8. He becomes a B bunter because they had the corners in. 8 and a B bunter is a good sacrifice. The white die is a 4, which means it is the first baseman. So in this case, Rhys Hoskins will field the bunt and just tag. He will just tag Robles unassisted. So sacrifice hit 3 unassisted. That will send Matt Adams to second base with 1 out for Adam Eaton. Nothing on the 20. 2-8 for Eaton, and he's going to strike him out. So that's 2 down. So Nicasio trying to negotiate 2 innings. Needs 1 more batter to do so, and it's Dozier. 1 chance for a wild pitch, but he has no wild pitch, so we drive on. 2-3 for Dozier is a ballpark single check, but you got to have a 1 through 5 to get it. That's 14, so he's going to line it to short. I think that's the second time that's happened to Dozier, as he lined to short last time. So nothing doing there for the Nationals. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. And that's going to do it for Nicasio. He's going to go 2 innings. And he's going to give up 1 run, which was the homer. And he gives up 3 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. And we'll figure out who the new pitcher is going to be shortly. Right now for the Nationals, we know who the new pitcher is going to be. It's going to be Joe Ross. It'll be his first appearance of the season as he was just activated for this series. So Joe Ross will be coming on. Nicasio's day is done. So we'll get Joe Ross out here and get his warm-up tosses. Joe Ross on the 19 season, 4-4 with a 5.48 ERA, no saves. He has a fatigue rating of 3 as a reliever. So if he's effective, he can give you some innings. We'll see how that plays out. Rhys Hoskins will be the first man he faces to start the bottom of the 6th. So it'll be Hoskins, Realmuto, and Herrera to start us off here in the bottom of the 6th, with the Nationals leading by the score of 5-2. Hoskins 6'10", that's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E22. So a 2E22, as a 2, he has to have just a 3 or greater to get to this, and he does. But an E22 is a little more difficult. He's got to avoid a lot of numbers: 8, 12, 13, 14, 17, and 18. And that's a 10, so he did avoid those. So Joe Ross, a tough play, but up to the task. 1 down. Brings up JT Realmuto. 3-7 for Realmuto. He flies to center. 2 down as Robles puts it away. 2 up and 2 down for Odubel Herrera. He's doubled twice. 4-9. Won't double this time. He strikes out. Joe Ross gets him. And the inning's over. 3 up and 3 down go the Phils. So we go to the 7th. Still 5-2 Washington. And now we need a new pitcher for the Phillies. And let's see who they're going to go to for this. Soto's had 2 home runs, so I think they're going to go to a lefty out of the pen. Try to somehow put the kibosh on that. So they're going to go to Adam Morgan, the lefty out of the pen. They have 2 lefties, Adam Morgan and another left-hander, Jose Alvarez. They're going to go to Morgan. Morgan will be coming on. First batter is a right-hander, Rendon, but then they want him in there to face Soto for sure. But first he's got to get through Rendon. But Soto's had 2 home runs. So they want to, that's what's prompting this move. Let's see what Rendon does. 6-4. That's a fly to right. 1 down as Harper puts it away. Now here's the lefty-lefty matchup with Soto. 2-11. Well, it's another ballpark home run chance, so that may not have mattered anyway. It's up to a 19. Now, this can be robbed. If you roll a 19 or an 18, this could be robbed. 20, it could still go out. But anything 17 or less, it's a guaranteed home run. That's a 7. There's no robbing this. This is gone. Juan Soto, his 3rd home run of the game. This one off a lefty. So he didn't have any home runs coming into this game. He's got 3 of them now. So he is definitely the star of the game. Juan Soto hit 34 for the season. He's got 3 right now. That one's a solo shot, makes it 6-2 Nationals. And Adam Morgan brought in for the home run to prompt a home run against him. But actually Soto on a 2-11 would have been a home run either way. So really no effect there. Would have been the same either way, no matter who was pitching. Here is Zimmerman, 5-8, and that's a strikeout. So 2 down for Suzuki. 6-5, and that's an in-home run. How about that? He did it again. 6 home. It's an in-home run right there on a 6-5, and he does have normal power against lefties. Suzuki, normal power against lefties and righties. He hit 17 home runs on the season. This is home run number 2 for Suzuki on the season. Solo shot. Morgan has given up 2 solo blasts, and it's now 7-2. And here's Defoe. Defoe up 5-8. Defoe's switch hitter batting right-handed. 5-8's a strikeout. There's a dot there, but he's not tired yet because he didn't give up 3 hits. So strikeout will stand. But the 2 home runs did him in. That's his only inning of work, but he's going to give up 2 hits. Both were the solo home runs. Did strike out 2, but that's of little consequence. 7th inning stretch we go. It's 7-2 Nationals. And they have given Joe Ross and the Nationals some breathing room. Ross potentially could get a save if he if he finishes the game. He would get a 4-inning save. That's a possibility if he's pitching well. That's the big thing, is does he pitch well or not. So it'll be Kingery, Franco, and a pinch hitter. Most likely the pinch hitter will be Cesar Hernandez. Most likely. So here, first of all, is Kingery. 4-8. That's a walk by Joe Ross. Last thing Joe Ross wants to do is start walking guys when you got a lead like that. But that's what happened. Brings up Michael Franco. Kingery will not be held, I don't believe. Oh, he will be held. I'm sorry. He will be held, but he won't try to steal down by so many runs. Franco, 112. That's another walk. So back-to-back walks issued by Joe Ross. That certainly wasn't what he had planned. So now we need a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Cesar Hernandez. Cesar Hernandez. That leaves Altair, and then the backup catcher Knapp as the only two left on the bench. We're going to have Cesar Hernandez, runners at first and second. Now, Kingery will not be held at second base. Hernandez, 4-9, switch hitter batting left. It's a strikeout, so Joe Ross strikes out the pinch hitter. Oops. A little stray mark there, didn't I? Let's get that out of there. Don't want that. So Hernandez fails in the pinch. One down for McCutchen. McCutchen 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. 4-5, and that is a fly to left. Soto's got it. 2 down. So Ross trying to pitch around the 2 leadoff walks. Got to deal with Segura. Segura's 0 for 3. He's had a rough day. Trying to make up for it. 2-7, and he might. It's a single to right field. That might score the run because Kingery was not being held. So let's see. Kingery's a 15. He's not being held. Makes him a 16. There are 2 outs. That makes him an 18. The single went to right field, Eaton. And Eaton, his arm rating is a -1. So that makes it a 17. But if you throw home, then the runner, Franco, has a chance to go to third. So they're going to concede the run to Kingery. Let him score to hold Franco at second base. Keep him off of third with 2 outs. So RBI single for Segura. And that cuts the lead to 7-3. As Kingery scores. And now that brings up Bryce Harper. Now Joe Ross really has to bear down here against Harper. Nothing on the 20. 4-5. Struck him out. There's a dot there, but he's not tired. He's got a relief rating of 3, so he's not tired. It's a strikeout. And the inning's over. So Harper, a rough day, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Phillies get a run, and they get it on 1 hit, 2 walks. There were no errors and 2 left. So they could have got more. They're kind of disappointed they only got the 1. But it is 1, and it cuts the lead to 7-3 as we go to the 8th. 7-3 game in the 8th, and we need a new Phillies pitcher in a 7-3 game. And we'll see who that's going to be. Robles is your batter. Let's see who the new pitcher is going to be. They're going to go to Sir Anthony Dominguez. So Sir Anthony Dominguez will be on to pitch. And he will lead off facing a pinch hitter for Joe Ross, most likely, unless they want Ross to continue. I think they're going to go ahead and cap Ross at 2 innings. Not going to, his first game back, they're not going to try to wear him out. So we will get a pinch hitter, and it's going to be Howie Kendrick. So Howie Kendrick will pinch hit in this situation for Joe Ross, and then we'll get a new Nationals pitcher. So right now, Kendrick pinch hitting here in the 8th for Joe Ross. That leaves Taylor and Gomes as the only 2 bench players for the Nationals. All right, so Dominguez facing Howie Kendrick, 7-3 game, 6-9, and that is a leadoff walk. Lots of walks in this game. Kendrick will not be held. I'm sorry, yeah, because he's an E, he will not be held. I don't believe. Let me double check it. Yeah, he's not going to be held. And he's certainly not going to try to go anywhere. Now, Robles could bunt again, but they're up 7-3, so they're going to let him swing away. See if we can do any damage there against Dominguez. Whoops, that one rolled off the scale here. Let's roll that again. It was the same thing. It rolled as a 3, and now it rolls a 3 again. 2-9, struck him out. So it didn't matter. Robles was just determined and destined to strike out on that at bat. 1 down. Here's Eaton. Nothing on the 20. 4-12 against... Whoa, here we go. 4-12 against Sir Anthony Dominguez as a home run. 1-9. It's a ballpark. Actually, it's a ballpark home run check. I take that back. It would be 1-9, but with that pound sign, that's a ballpark check. So again, 1-19 is a home run. He does have normal power. So anything 17 or less, it's a guaranteed home run. It'll be a 2-run shot for Eaton, his second of the season. And it is. Eaton takes Sir Anthony deep. Yet another Nationals home run, as they brought the power bats with them. And that scores Kendrick, the pinch hitter, who had walked. And now the score is 9-3. So they've really blown it open. Might even see Trevor Rosenthal in this game. It's so bad. Here's Dozier. 4-4. That's a fly ball center field X. That's Herrera. He's a 4. Oops. Sorry about that. He's a 4. And to make the play as a 4 outfielder, he has to roll a 12 or higher. Which is not. It's a 9. It's a single. Now we're checking for an error. And Herrera's got to avoid 3, 18, and 16. Which he does. But it's a base hit. So you wonder how long Sir Anthony can hold on. He is now fatigued, but they're going to keep him going. Try to get him through the inning. Here's Rendon. 4-6. That's a strikeout for out number 2. But now you got Juan Soto to deal with, and I think they might make the move right here. Didn't work last time, but they're going to try it this time. They're going to bring in the other lefty, Jose Alvarez, to pitch to Soto. They can't let Soto have 4 home runs. That would just be ridiculous. So Jose Alvarez is coming on, the lefty. Sir Anthony Dominguez ends up going 2/3 of an inning. Both his outs were strikeouts. For the interim, he gave up a walk, a single, and a home run. So 2 runs, but the runner on first base, his responsibility. And now Soto against Alvarez. Nothing on the 20. That's a 5-8. And it's a ground ball to second. And against Sir Anthony, a 5-8. Would have been a fly to center, so it would have got him out either way, but they weren't taking any chances. But that 5-8 is a ground ball to Kingery to end the inning. So Alvarez is going to go his 3rd of an inning and do his job. Sir Anthony gives up 2 runs. And now with that, it is now 9-3. And we're going to get Trevor Rosenthal. I mean, if you can't pitch him in a 9-3 game, when could you ever pitch him? So we're going to use a very unlikely Trevor Rosenthal, but got to pitch him sometime. Joe Ross went 2 innings, and he gave up a run, which was earned. He gave up only 1 hit. He did walk 2, and he struck out 3. So decent first outing for Joe Ross. But now Rosenthal will be the man. And we'll need a new pitcher for the Phillies in the 9th as well. Rhys Hoskins will lead us off for the Phillies. And let's get Rosenthal. He does have the computer-generated card. And with the Nationals, on the limited duty with the Nationals, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, and he walked. I think it's either 15 or 16. I can't really read that. 5 strikeouts. 0-1 with a 22.74 ERA. Loads of walks on his card. And, well, like I said, it's a 9-3 lead. But, you know, if he gets in trouble, then we'll take him out. But we'll at least give him a chance. And here's Rhys Hoskins. 4-7, and that's, of course, a leadoff walk. Right on cue. It's a leadoff walk to Rhys Hoskins. That'll bring up JT Realmuto. Hoskins will not be held. Realmuto, nothing on the 20. 3-4, and that's a ground ball shortstop A, double play, 6-4-3, and that's what Rosenthal needed, was a result off the batter card, and he got the benefit of that. It's a double play. Here's Herrera. 3-6, and he's going to ground it to Zimmerman, so how about that? Trevor Rosenthal goes 1 inning without giving up anything other than a walk. So Rosenthal with a walk, but nothing else in his 1 inning of work. And they'll have somebody else finish it out. They don't want to... Rosenthal is not a 2-inning pitcher, so he will be lifted for someone else. Probably Barraclaw, maybe. Most likely, I'm thinking Barraclaw. And for the Phillies, they're going to go to right-hander David Robertson. He will be on. And in limited duty, 7 innings pitched. He was 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA. So he's in there in what you call mop-up duty. So Robertson, the pitcher, here in this blowout of a game, which is 9-3. Ryan Zimmerman will lead things off, followed by Suzuki and Defoe. We had a 6-12, and that's ground ball pitcher X. And if we look up on his defense, on his card, he's an E0 with a 3. So he's a 3 rated pitcher. So we're checking the range. So as long as he rolls a 4 or greater, he will make the play. And he does. So Robertson, easy play. Zimmerman is out. 1 down for Suzuki. Kurt Suzuki. 6-10 off of Robertson is a straight out single. So Kurt Suzuki, another hit. He's got 3 hits on the game. He will not be held. Here's Defoe. And we got a pinch hitter coming up. 1 is a wild pitch, but he has no wild pitch rating. So we continue with Defoe. 6-8 switch hitter batting left. It's a walk. So Robertson again running into trouble. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for the pitcher. And it will be Michael Taylor. It's his first at bat of the season. Michael Taylor. Not the greatest hitter, but with a 9-3 lead. Might as well get him an at bat. Get his feet wet on the season. That leaves Yan Gomes as your only other position player on the bench. So now it is Michael Taylor stepping up. 5-4. And the print didn't go so well in this. This is fly ball center field X. That's Herrera. He's a 4. So he's got to be able to get to this. 4 and a 16 he does. 4 and a 16 is an F2. So the runners will have to hold. And well, Suzuki could try for third, but it's pointless this part of the game. And he needs to avoid his numbers 3, 18, and 16. Which he does. So good play by Herrera, 2 down. Taylor is out as a pinch hitter. And that brings up Robles with 2 down and 2 on. 1, but he has no wild pitch rating again. So Robles, 2-5, and that's a strikeout. So Robertson does the job. And for Robles, if all this offense, he's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So, and I forgot to do the totals on this other one here. Let me do that real quick. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. And over here, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. And for Robertson, 1 inning pitched, a walk and a strikeout, a hit, but no runs. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Still a commanding 9-3 lead for the Nationals. And we'll get Kyle Barraclough coming on to pitch the final inning for the Nationals. And they hope certainly they can end it with Barraclough. Don't have to dip into the bullpen any further if they can help it. They've only used Ross, Rosenthal, and now Barraclough. So a lot of their better pitchers, say that in air quotes, better pitchers, of Suero, Doolittle, Grace, guys like that are not being used, so they can save them for future games. All right, it'll be Kingery, Franco, and a pinch hitter, Altair. He's the only one left on the bench. I'm sorry, Knapp is also on the bench. They could have Knapp pinch hit because he's a switch hitter. So it's going to be Kingery, Franco, and Knapp. That's your 3 hitters for the Phillies in the bottom of the 9th. So Knapp will pinch hit here in the 9th. All right, so first of all, it'll be Kingery. 6-7 is a walk. Why expect anything else? We've had loads of walks this game, so why not? Barraclough with the walk. Kingery will not be held. In fact, Kingery is going to take second base on defensive indifference. He will trot down to second base. So that takes a double play out of the equation. There's Franco, 3-9. That's a 1-10 single. 11-20 is a line out. That's a single 1 star, so he can only go to third base. So runners are at the corners with nobody out. Franco will not be held at first. And that brings up the pinch hitter, Andrew Knapp. Chance for an RBI right here. Infield playing back for the double play. 5-8, but it's going to be a base hit, not a double play. 1-7 is a double. 8-20 is a single. That's a single, 2 stars. So that will drive home the run. as Kingery will score. And he would have scored anyway without the defensive indifference, but he scores from third instead of from second. And Franco will move to third. So now, 2 on, nobody out. And Bearclaw's already in trouble. Bullpen, unfortunately for the Nationals, has to get up again. Tony Sipp. Tony Sipp is loosening. And Tony Sipp will be called on very shortly if Bearclaw can't do any better than he's doing right now. McCutchen, 4-8. 4-8 is another base hit right here. 1 to 10 is a double. 11 to 20 is a single. I think that might have been the one we just had. That is a double for McCutchen. It's a 2-star double. So the runner on first, Knapp, has to stop at third. Franco will score. 2 runs are in. It's a Dolly Parton 9-5 special. And that's going to be it for Bearclaw. He can't get anybody out. So he will have to leave. And Tony Sipp will be coming on. If we wait too much longer, we're going to get to Doolittle territory because the game will get closer. Bearclaw doesn't get anybody out. He gives up 3 hits and a walk. This is the kind of outing I was expecting from Rosenthal, not from Bearclaw necessarily. Now, second and third, nobody out. Infield's back. They need outs. Here's Segura against the lefty. It's a 3-6, and that's a ground ball to third base B. And I believe with the infield back, that's going to be a good play to score on. Second and third, ground ball B is a 5. It says if hit to second or short, batter out, runners advance. Otherwise, batters hold. So, okay, with the hit to third, the runners had to hold. So, how about that? So, Segura hit it hard right to Rendon, so that froze the runner, Knapp, at third base. That brings up Bryce Harper, lefty on lefty matchup, although Harper hits lefties better than righties. That's a 4-10, and a 4-10, it's hard to see on these computerized cards. 4-10 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Defoe. He's not holding anybody, so he keeps his 4 range. And to get to the ball as a 4, he needs a 7 or greater on the D20, 7 or higher. And he does. So it's a 12, which is a G3, means runners are going to advance. So the run will score. Just checking for an error. And he's got to avoid 3, 17, and 18. And he does. So it's a 6-3 ground out, but Knapp will score. Cut the lead to 9. And then McCutchen will take third. But now there are 2 down for Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins, the batter. Nothing on the 20. 6-7, and that's a walk. And now, all of a sudden, we got a save situation going here. So it looks like Sean Doolittle is going to have to come in after all because Realmuto is up, a tough hitter. They don't want to let this game get away from him. At least that's Dave Martinez's thought. So he didn't expect to have to use Doolittle, but he's going to have to. And they're hoping it's not too late. So Sean Doolittle in, as Sipp and Bearclaw cannot do the job. Sipp does go 2/3 of an inning. Close the book on Bearclaw. All 3 runs are charged to Bearclaw. Tony Sipp gave up a walk, nothing else. But yeah, and actually the 4th run, we can't close the book on Bearclaw because McCutchen possibly can score. And that would be a 4th run charge to him. So we can't close the book yet. Can't close it on Sipp either because Hoskins at first is his responsibility. So now Doolittle, didn't think we'd need him, but there he is. And actually the tying run is now at the plate. It's 9-6 with 2 outs in the 9th. Runners at the corners. Hoskins not being held. Here's Realmuto, nothing on the 20. 3-6 against the lefty. Ground ball right back to Doolittle. And that's going to end the ball game. So the ball game is over. Now, Sipp would have gotten the same result, but we didn't know that. So we had to bring in Doolittle. He does get the save. The win goes to Sanchez. He proves to 1-1. Closed the book on Bearclaw. He gave up 3 runs. Sipp gave up 1 run. And now let's finish out here. 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits. No errors and 2 left. So the final score, Washington 9, Phillies 6. Let's look at the totals for both teams. Phillies left on 4, 5. I got them for 8 left on. And they had a total of 8 hits. And no errors for the Nationals or Phillies. It was an errorless game, which was a good for a change. So 9-6 the final. No errors on either side. 8-8 for the Phillies. And for the Nationals, they left on 9. And they garnered 7, 9, 12 hits I've got them for. These are unofficial until I put them in the computer. But we'll move the players out of the way, bring the scorebook kind of more into focus here. Do the totals for this game. Final score. Well, first of all, let's write in the winners and losers. Loser in the game was Velasquez. So the winner was Anibal Sanchez. He improves to 1-1. The loser was Velasquez. He drops to 0-1. The save to Doolittle. And I really didn't think there'd be a save in this game, but there it was. And I believe that's his 3rd save. Let me double check that, but I believe that's save number 3. I'm sorry, that's save number 4. Save number 4 for Doolittle. He already had 3 saves. So Washington wins their 6th game. Doolittle's had to save 4 of them. So Washington improves to 6-3. Phillies drop to 4-5. Totals on the game. Washington, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 9 left. Phillies, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 8 left. Sanchez, your winner. Velasquez, your loser. Doolittle, your save. Player of the game, Juan Soto, 3 home runs. And gave the Nationals the early lead, which they ended up needing because the bullpen kind of coughed it up there toward the end, but they had a big enough lead to be able to withstand it. So that's it for game number 9. Next game of the series is game 2 of the Phillies series. It'll be game number 10 of the season. It'll be Steven Strasburg against Aaron Nola. So I'm looking for better pitching in that series or in that ball game. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.